Platinum X here once again with Baldur's Gate 3. I am back in the Grim Forge, only to go to the Shadow Realm. So straight across from the waypoint is the lift. And the reason I'm going, well, there's there's two ways into the Shadow Realm, one through the Mountain Pass and one through the Underdark. The Underdark, however, has a kind of a in-between room. And the plot thickens just unlocked. It's a trophy for, I guess, leaving Act 1 or entering Act 2. So we just unlocked the plot thickens. And again, there's two ways. The Underdark, you come into this room right here before going into the Shadow Realm. And if you have not already encountered Elminster, you will encounter Elminster here. Now the other way into the Underdark is through, not Underdark, but the other way into the Shadow Realm is through the Mountain Pass, and there is no in-between room like this. It's just, you go from the Mountain Pass into the Shadow Realm. And there's two, I'll explain the differences in the two like locations you wind up in once I leave this room and actually are in the Shadow Realm. Alright, there's a key right here. This will open that chest. I mean, you don't really have to have the key. If you've got a rogue or a Starian with you, you can just pick the lock, but...
We offer ourselves to the darkness, that blessed Shah may give us her mercy.
Now, I've already found one broken moon lantern.
Object catches your eye. A lantern, it seems.
Broken. And there's dust inside it.
Of course, someone short.
Nothing about the lantern strikes you as unusual. This is pixie dust.
Alright, now we're getting into the Shadow Realm.
Do you feel it? The chill on your skin, in your lungs. This darkness is diseased.
Alright, now we're in the Shadow Realm, and there's...
But I've never known a dark like this.
It's the only way to Moonrise Towers. We have to push through.
The first thing we'll encounter going this way through the Underdark is...
I can feel the Shadow's power here, but they don't seem to
a
be
Harper patrol. Hang on, let's see what Shadowheart has to say here.
The Shadow Curse. Do you know what this means? She loves me.
Yes, yes, yes.
She must do. Make those sign.
Alright.
This place is heavy.
Alright, so right here is where we'll counter the Harpers.
Stay together. Keep to the light. Enough not to trust a voice from the darkness. Come into the light. Hands high.
I have no idea what that perception check was all about.
Jonas, move in. Jonas, can you see our torches?
I can't see anything. Something's wrong.
Follow my voice. Come back to the light.
Who's there? Meg? Is that?
Jonas? Jonas.
Harpers, you heard the man. To arms!
Now I've got 3 right here in a path. Perfect opportunity for Sunbeam. Hang on. Oh, now it's blocked, huh? Shit, man. Oh, for God's sakes. There. Nice. Just incinerated 2 of them things. And did some damage to that one.
This darkness is cursed. I can feel it leeching the life from me. Ha!
Losing energy. Losing focus.
Now in the Shadow Realm you have to stay in the light. At least until you get to what is that? Oh, it's just favorite cleric spell. What? Oh, there. Okay, okay.
Shit! The shadows took me. Make every strike count!
Finish them off!
Another day.
Got this. Hup. My faith will protect me.
Well done. Now we've got to move. I know a safe place. Keep your torch high. If you step into the shadows, you'll be felled in a heartbeat. That's right. If you want to catch... Harper!
Dead bird. Not the victim of a house cat, I take it.
I only did that while Shadowheart has her area effect spell active. That way when they come running at me, they'll just hit it and die. These things don't really have that many hit points. Oh shit. I better not have just killed that one. Alright. Oh damn.
Good idea, Carl.
I would have just left it alone until later. Except, like I said, Shadowheart already had that
Taste my fury.
spell active. So I figured why not go ahead and... Alright.
This place is protected.
Now, where's
Must be
the
the
little...
refuge the Harpers spoke of.
There was a dwarf back here. What happened to the dwarf? There's Jonas. Alright, well at least, I mean the dwarf's not dead anyway. He must have ran ahead and not got held up by the little raven encounter there. That's the one that got turned into the shadow. That was that dwarf. That dwarf must have just ran ahead of everybody. Now, I'm not having to hold a torch because of the blood of Lathander sheds light. So that's the only reason I'm not having to use a torch.
I can feel her.
Keeping it at bay.
You there! Step forward and keep your hands off your weapons.
Easy. He's with me.
Come. Jahira!
Zahira is somebody that goes back all the way to the first Baldur's Gate and the second one. She was a fighter druid in the first one. In this one, you can make her whatever you want. I mean, she's a druid, obviously, but you can split class her or not split class her.
Oh, but you ward something far more sinister than faith alone. Kindness is too often. This is why we're here, you see. It is a curious creature that hides all manner of secrets. But if there's one thing that we know, it's that it knows its own kind. You should never have come here, true soul.
Stop! What are you doing?
He's the one who protected the Emerald Grove.
Yup. Didn't leave a goblin standing. Not so bad to hang around with either. Saved 2 of my friends. One from a harpy, and one from a mad druid with a snake. Didn't make a fuss about thieving. I pretty much trust him with my life.
A true soul with a mind of his own? What in the hell is that thing? Congratulations. Hear me, Harper. I'll not tell me. Why have you come here? Then you found an... There's food in... Settle in.
Damon might be knocking around here, right?
Oh my god, soldier. That's Jahira. Don't you know the whole...
Yeah, I've told... Can't believe she wants...
Alright. Now the first thing I'm going to do is run over here to see Damon.
Let's say hi.
Karlak! I thought you'd be in the city by now. We were ambushed by cultists. Half of us were captured.
Off the anvil into the forge.
Before you run off into the belly of the beast, there's something I need to tell you. Well, 2 things. Good news and bad news.
The good...
I only need...
Touch...
Exactly!
Oh my god.
Hang on!
Yeah, sure. But first, fix me.
Only one way to find out.
You're all right. No burns. Can we go to bed now?
Hold on, Karlak. That... And I know you know that. I wasn't making any headway with the mechanic. You have...
The minute...
I get that. I won't stop trying to figure out a cure. But
Yeah.
it's been my
This is the best day. The best day! Me too. Whenever you want to turn in, I'd love to take this whole touch thing for a test drive. I know we have important things to do, but we deserve a little sweetness too. Oh man.
Alright. Now there is something else.
Glad you and Karlak are... A makeshift Harper's fire might not be where I... And if you find any interesting materials in need of working...
Interesting materials.
Hesitated to mention this back in the Druid when Elturel was dragged into Avernus. I was drafted into a devil's smithy. I can sense some. If you find it, bring it to me. I'll make something incredible. As for me, I would say I enjoyed my time there. Absolutely.
Well, there's 3 items he'll make here. The Helm Dusk Armor, which is a heavy set of armor.
Need anything? It's perfect.
Then, hang on. He already gave me the armor. And then there's the helmet. And he also will give you a pair of gloves. Flawed Helm Dust gloves.
Need anything?
And that's that. Now he does have, let's see what interesting things he has. Now he still has, like, you'll also encounter him in Baldur's Gate 3 unless he dies here. I've never really used that halberd, but I mean it gives +2 strength up to 23. So that's a little interesting there. This hammer right here is good. This is one of the items that I purchased from him in previous playthroughs for Will. I had him as a blade warlock or blade pact. So he was able to use this warhammer. It can either be bound to an Eldritch Knight or Warlock, and that does additional 1d6 lightning damage, as well as it's a favored weapon, giving it a bonus, a +1 bonus to attack and damage, along with it being a +1 enchantment. So that basically means it's +2. That favored weapon, like, I don't really understand that whole, like, excuse me. I don't really understand that whole favored weapon thing. Why not just make it a +2 weapon? You know what I mean? It's like, oh well. Anyway, it is what it is. So that's a very interesting weapon right there. That I've never really used. It's only a +1 short sword, but it does have a special ability. That was a short sword? Huh. Anyway. The ritual axe, I sold him. I believe I sold him that too. Sold him that. Alright, here we go. Sword of Life Stealing. Short sword. On a critical hit, target takes an additional 10 necrotic damage, as long as it's not construct or undead, and then you gain 10 temporary hit points, and it's a +2 short sword. So that's an interesting weapon there. I've never really used this, but this can be combined with other items that build up heat, and you can use that heat to then turn around and do, like, redirect it. I mean, you're going to take damage, that's what the heat does, but you can deal more damage with the heat buildup. That's conversion or some crap. Heat conversion. Another enchanted scimitar. While concentrating, you deal 1d4 poison damage. That's good for a druid. I sold him that very heavy axe. Let's see what else he has here. +1 breastplate. +2 chainmail. Not interesting. +1 half plate. +2 leather. +2 padded. That's decent. I mean, that's decent armor for somebody using light armor, which Astarion is still using light armor. I need to unlock medium armor with Astarion. +2 ring mail, not interesting. +2 scale mail, which that's what the adamantium scale is equivalent to, is +2. It's both 16 armor class. I sold him that. Alright, so there's a couple of new items here.
I'll be here if you need anything.
The most interesting item, though, there's another merchant right over here.
Or I'm a dead man walking. Not as long as we can put up a fight, we're not.
Stock up while you can. I only hope I've brought enough to see us through.
This is just like a food item.
Cheeky.
A supply pack.
If you're all right by Jahira.
All right, now she has definitely, she's got a lot of spells. Defender Great Axe, which I've never really used, but you know, there it is. Never really used this staff, but it does give +1 to range spell attacks as well as a firebolt and fireball enchantment. These are all just +1 weapons here. Now this is interesting. I mean, it's just clothing. It's not really armor. Armor class 10, but you get +2 strength up to a max of 20. You cannot be pushed against your will, and you have advantage on saving throws against being restrained. And then that bull rush action. This right here is the most interesting item. So medium armor with armor class 15, and you can get your full dex modifier. And not limited to the normal plus. If you see on the adamantium scale there, all medium armor is normally limited to a +2 dex bonus. So this scale mail right here, I've got 18 dexterity wearing the gauntlets of dexterity, and so that would be +4. So I'd be able to use that full +4 modifier to this. That would be a 19 armor class versus the adamantium scale being limited to an 18 armor class. If I put this on Astarion, once he has like a 20 dex, then it'll even be 20. It'll be a 20 armor class instead of just, you know, a 17 limited, you know, if it was limited to the +2. So very interesting. And there's other armor in Act 3 that are similar to this, with being able to use your full dex modifier. And then Cloak of Protection, armor class 1, saving throw +1. So until Act 2, you don't really find any cloaks. So now we'll be finding more cloaks here in Act 2. This one is the only one that provides an armor class and savings throw. So that makes it really good. I mean, this is a decent shield, but it's not something I'm going to spend that much gold on. It'd be a nice shield to find, but I'm not gonna buy that shield. Protection from missiles. 2-weapon fighting. When you make an attack with your offhand weapon, you can add your ability modifier to your damage. This would be a nice set of gloves for Astarion. Because I'm dual wielding with him, but his offhand, he doesn't have the dual wielding fighting style, which is for fighters and rangers. They get to pick a fighting style, and dual wielding, not the feat, but the fighting style for fighters, like I said, does that same thing. So this would be nice for Astarion. Advantage on wisdom saving throws, and can use shield. It's actually a nice amulet for somebody that does not, or even anybody really, because even if you're proficient with wisdom advantage means you're rolling 2 dice. So that's a nice amulet right there. So there's a few items on this merchant right here that's definitely
Take care now.
a must-have.
You Gravenguard's still
I don't have Will with me. He's my buyer and seller.
I'm a dead man walking.
Then you've got another merchant here.
We need to talk.
This is Mathis from the Grove, one of the Tiefling kids.
Wait, are you Karlak? A lot of us were in Avernus. We saw you fighting. You were so good.
Well, yeah, I guess I was. I mean, you should avoid fighting for devils if you can. But if you can't, it helps to have a good right hook.
I saw you lay out a Moor demon in 2 hits. Bam! Bam! We were all like, whoa! How'd you learn to fight like that?
Had to. Life didn't pull any punches. It was up to me to learn to take a hit and deal one back.
I've been tossed around a lot too. I want to learn how to fight back too.
From the look of things, you've got your wits about you. A clever mind and a bit of style will take you a long way. Fight with those, and you may find you never need to use your fists at all.
In that case, want to buy a lucky ring I found?
Nice try, Shorty. Keep it up, though, and you'll be scamming with the greats in no time. It is, isn't it? Hope he makes it out of this mess with his wit.
Premium.
All right,
Check it out.
that was
We've got
I'm
legitimate,
not
and
sure I've
we'll
ever
put
had that
me
happen, but
in
anyway.
charge. What do you need?
All right, so right here you got any stock for extra special customers like me?
I'm not supposed to mention it to anyone. What does it look like? What does it open? What treasures await behind? Moore gave it to me and said I shouldn't let it go to just any old jackaday.
Oh, I've already got guidance active.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, I was about to say the only way I could fail is a 1, and then I rolled a 2.
But she put me in charge of the shop. Last Light's best
All right,
bargains
so
right here.
that key will be used later, which I mean you can pick the locks. You don't necessarily have to have that key, but that key just makes it easier.
What can I get you? I'm alive, ain't I? What's not to like?
All right, now we'll go ahead and buy that. He's got another cloak. When the wearer disengages, they can also create a foggy cloud with 2-meter radius. This is something good for Astarion because he gets 2, or if you have a thief rogue, you get 2 bonus actions. So this is good to disengage and leave that foggy cloud. And then here is another armor class item. Evasive boots. Fiend arrows are something good to have. You will be fighting some devils in this act. So that fiend arrow will be nice to have.
Pleasure.
I need to, again, go get Will before I start buying stuff.
Children from Eldorel. Maybe not, Mom.
I think that's the druid or the
Crazy,
harper.
This is
Yep. All right, good. He made it. I wasn't sure. There was one time I got here and he wasn't here, but I wasn't sure if he would make it this time. But here's Barkus.
Ah, you. Don't know, don't care.
Wow, you're a prick.
Out of one. Luckily, I found this place. As have you. Welcome. There are deep... If he's there, I plan to find him. You wouldn't... Then again, my track record is... Well, But I'll get to work on the brilliant retort. A new type of smoke powder. All the back... Very good. Now, some of us... What now?
All right, so talk to him again, and he'll trade. So there's 4 traders in this town. He's got some arrows, a dragon slaying arrow. Advantage on dexterity checks. I don't really know what circuitry interface is. What was that? +1 strength saving throws? Oh, what's that ring? Persuasion and deception. Now again, persuasion controls prices. So anyway, 4 merchants in this one little town.
Premium trinket. Please. Oh. To your very good health.
You perceive a faint hint.
It doesn't spoil the taste, if that's what you're wondering. A paralyzing agent? I do not think we're quite so far gone. Bottoms up.
Shadowheart disapproved, Lae'zel disapproved. I kind of knew that was going to happen, but I was like, I don't care.
Hasn't lost a hint of flavor. Still not quite so sure about you, though. People tend to lose more than just flavor when illicit. There's an air about you. Answer me true and do not lie. The parasite is changing you, isn't it? But a river can flood and break its banks. If the parasite changes you, tries to break you, could you resist? Good. I have every reason. The cult, we tracked them to this ancient village, only to be faced with a man we killed and buried over a century. Believe me, he was a shot. But we met. You are that hope. Protect, find out what it... Once Ketheric is without his shield, the sword. Together, we assault his tower and put a fine... Infiltrate whatever met. Until then, we keep drinking wine when we meet. You're not Isabel. She's upstairs.
All right, now this is a...
You're all right. Thank goodness. I was worried they got you too. We were ambushed. They lined... Maybe they took his eyes first. Then his tongue.
Who? I can't remember who that was. Nobody important, basically.
He said he stayed in the grove because of you. Yes. He shielded me and the kids, while his brother Cal and Leah were dragged away. Along with... How do you do it? How do you keep going? You're made of... You've done... If they're not dead, they're in Moonrise. Thank you. Just be...
Jaheira didn't save your ragged little tail from the cultists. I did. She can leave out. If you hadn't filled their heads with all that self-righteous heroic crap at the Grove, none of this would have happened. Dead for all I know. Or in the cult's tower with the others who were taken. You go.
Yeah, he's still a prick.
I try. If this is about Roland, go away. He called me a ragged little devil. I will. Anyway, it's his loss. I found this. I was gonna give it to Roland. It's for Roland. Guess you can have it anyway.
Way of the Wanderer. Really? Okay, whatever.
I don't need your help, and I...
Alright, you don't need this book either then, prick. Now all this stuff, like, there's a lot you can loot in here, and it's not stealing. Like all this stuff over here. Potion of healing, potion of invisibility. If as long as it's white and not red, it's not stealing. Now this book right here has always been bugged, and I couldn't ever. Yeah, I can't ever reach it. You'd think with all the updates that this game has had, that would have been fixed at some point. But it's always just out of reach. Let me see if I can add it to wares. Or throw it. Alright, I can throw it, but now this might trigger some hostility, so I wouldn't advise throwing it. I know it seems a little silly and stupid, but I think I've done that before. Alright, so Isabel is upstairs, but I think I'm going to go ahead and end this here and just start another episode starting with that encounter, because it is we get ambushed by the enemy. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.